G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Tonight I'm going to be doing a review of a film from Hong Kong. It's in the Dakota language, English subtitles. It is a horror/thriller released in the year 2010, directed by Ching Po Wong, and this movie is called Revenge, a Love Story. And the synopsis for this film is as follows. A serial murderer has been brutally killing policemen and their pregnant wives. After a quick investigation, the murderer is revealed to be Kit, an innocent boy from a rural village who had fallen in love with a naive school student named Wing. However, their romance was suddenly cut short when they crossed paths with a local corrupt policeman. The events that follow lay the seeds for Kit's terrifying path to vengeance. So this movie is about love, it is about unconditional love and the revenge that love can bring. It is set in a local community in Hong Kong and there is a serial killer on the loose. And at the start of the movie we get to see just how vicious this serial killer is. The press have nicknamed him the Dissector because he picks out pregnant women who are wives to policemen. Now, it's later revealed as to why he's targeted these people, but basically what he does, he kills these women and he dissects them and he takes out the unborn fetuses inside their stomach. So it's a very brutal set of murders that's occurring, and the police have absolutely no clue as to who this culprit is. By complete luck, they come across the killer, and this is where they arrest him, they torture him into a confession, and this is where we go into a flashback of the killer's life. And this is a story told as to why he came to do what he did. So it's giving you a motive, and it gives you an understanding of just what the setting is and how corrupt some of these policemen really are. So it is a story about revenge. It's a story about heartbreak and love. So all of this adds up to a very disturbing story. So that's all I'm going to tell you on the synopsis. If you want to know more, please go out there and see this film for yourself. Now, my thoughts on the film. Nobody ever talks about this movie. This movie had got absolutely no recognition. Apparently, this was released in cinemas in the UK and only picked up £29. So that shows you that everybody has just shunned this movie. So I didn't know what to expect. It sounded very brutal, and I was hoping that it could live up to that expectation, which it absolutely does. It blew me out of the water, this film. It is one of the darkest movies you'll come across, and immediately from the get-go, I was reminded of the American film called Seven. Now, Seven was a better movie. This film didn't quite live up to the standard of Seven, but it was the same dirty feeling that you get. When you watch the movie, it's done in a very surreal way. It's kind of like it's black and white, but there's colours in it. So it's just a very bleak outlook that the director has for the film. And that's what the film is. It's a very bleak, very cruel, and very evil film. And it's definitely a movie that you will not leave feeling good. Now, if you're a fan of extreme cinema, you should be able to get through this without too many problems. But if you're a casual viewer, I would say stay away from it because there are some truly ghastly moments in the movie. It is labeled as an extreme film, and it's labeled wisely because it is extreme. Now, not necessarily for the graphic violence, it's more of the aftermath of the violence and the psychological impact that these violent crimes can have on a person. It is a character sort of drama, and it does portray some very real characters. And although you don't condone the serial killer and what he's done, you can kind of understand how he got to that mindset, which is both very chilling and very heartbreaking at the same time. The ending is just really, really powerful, and I thought it was a great way to end what was a very powerful film. Now, as I said, cinematography was excellent. It kind of gave me the impression that it was a Korean film, but it is in fact a Hong Kong movie. And although it's a bigger budget, I mean, I don't know exactly how big the budget was, but it wasn't a low budget movie, but it did have that sort of quality of a low budget film in that it's a very dirty atmosphere. The characters involved, every one of them were dodgy. And there was no real good guy in the film, which makes it very unique because you're not quite sure who you're going to go for because even the people who were supposed to be the good guys are bad. So all these characters have very real attributes and they're all very complicated individuals. And it just helps create the impact that the movie has. The soundtrack was absolutely fantastic, very subdued and subtle, which is exactly what the film needed. And the overall flashback scenes I thought were very well done. Now, flashback scenes can ruin a film, and that's exactly what I feel ruined the other Hong Kong film called Dream Home. Dream Home had a very good premise, but the flashback scenes completely took it out for me. It was the constant flash forward, flashback, flash forward, flashback, and you didn't get any continuity, and you didn't even get any build up. Whereas this film, although it does take the flashbacks, it takes a flashback early and it stays with that. So it builds a background, it builds a platform to jump off. And fortunately, this film takes advantage of the build-up that it has. Now, it is a love story, and it also is a story about revenge. It's a rape revenge film. There's a rape scene that is very hard to stomach, although it's a very strange feeling. And the feeling I got throughout the entire film was that I felt guilty for watching it. And the rape scene is done in a way that it's not quite painful, but it's very, very cringeworthy, as it should be. You know, rape is never a good thing. And it's not depicted as a good thing in this film, but it's a sort of thing that you watch it and you feel really bad for watching it because, you know, it's just not right. And that's the whole feeling that I had with the film, and that's exactly what the director wanted. And he has created a very, very good movie that no one talks about, which, as I said, is a great shame. Now, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. I think that's a fair score. It does have its problems. I thought it kind of gets lost during the middle. But having said that, you know, that is a very, very small flaw in what is a very memorable film. So 4 out of 5. Not many people talk about it. It is extreme. If you can't stomach gore scenes, such as seeing the aftermath of women being brutally slaughtered, having their guts ripped up, and fetuses lying beside them, it doesn't shy from seeing that sort of thing. So if that's not your cup of tea, definitely stay away from it. But if you want something that's extreme and it's from a different country, then this one from Hong Kong is one that I'm highly recommending. So 4 out of 5 for Revenge, a love story. Alright guys, that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and I'll see you later.